Today's topic is going to be on living organisms. Please make sure you're with your writing materials. Please make sure you're with your writing materials because it's an interactive. Yes, it's going to be a lovely class, and I hope by the end of the day you will be familiar with everything on what living organisms. Everything. We'll cover everything you need to know about living organisms. So please make sure you're taking notes. Please make sure you are what taking what notes. Alright, so let's begin. We'll start with the characteristics of living things. Characteristics of living things. Characteristics of what living things. So that's the first thing we look at. Characteristics of what living what things. Alright, so I don't know if most of you are familiar with that thing they always say, Mr. Naija D, Mr. Naija D. I don't know if you've heard of this before. In case you've not heard of this, D is like an acronym that we use in biology to represent the word characteristics of living things. So I'll be breaking down each of these later. I'll be telling you what they represent and their meaning. I'll tell you what each of these letters here represents and their meaning. Please, if you're live with us in this class, please say I'm live in the comment section so we can proceed. And if you can see me clearly, please let me know so we can proceed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Alright, so let's proceed. Mr. Niger D, a very famous acronym we use. So M, let's start with M. 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 If you heard of M, M simply means what? Movements. Movements. Please put your taking notes. M means movement. That's this M here. This one. It means what? Movements. Now, characteristics of living thing. You know that living things they move. They move from one position to the other. Let's say this is which animal will I draw now? Let me just draw a human being. Since I cannot draw any animal. This is a human being. And the human being is a what? Living thing and can move from one point to the other point. So movement is the first on the list. The ability to what? Change position. Ability to what? Change position. So that is what movement means. The ability for living organisms or living things to change position. That is movement. M. We've done what? Movement. M. So next up, we'll go to arrow. We are using this acronym now. I'll be giving you everything. Mr. Niger D. I'll be giving you each of them their meaning. Each of them their meaning. Movement one. So next up, let's go to the next one. The next one on our list. The next one on our list is what? Arrow. R means what? Respiration. Respiration. Most people feel respiration is all about breathing in and out. No. Respiration simply means what? The release of energy from food. The release of energy from food. Please take note. The what? Release of energy from what? Food. So this is what respiration simply is. The release of energy from food. So next up, let's look at something else. We are done with R. Now we'll move to what? N. N. What is N? What is N? If you know what N is, please drop it in the comment section. What is N? Let me know in the comment section what N is. If you have an idea of what N is, please let me know in the comment section. Drop your response in the comment section, please. N. After N, if you know what I is, drop it in the comment section. Tell us what N is, tell us what I is, tell us what G is. Drop it in the comment section. Please, let's go, let's go. Let me know what does N mean. So N is what? Nutrition. Nutrition. Yes. For all our foodies, all people that like eating big bowls of food, very big food. Only one person you eat one big heavy garri or yam. Nutrition. See the food, very sweet. Our foodies, our foodies. Those that cannot do without food. Nutrition, like the word says, nutrition, to nourish your body, right? It is obtained using food. Nutrition is what? Obtained using what? Food. So now, what is your favorite food? We are done with nutrition. Now, the question is, what is your favorite food? Let me know in the comment section. What is your favorite food? Let me know what your favorite food is. Don't go and tell me Indomie. Oh. Indomie is not. Indomie is like appetizer. That's not food. Oh. Tell me solid food. What is your favorite food? Please don't tell me Indomie. I don't want to hear Indomie in the comment section. Please tell me good food. What is your favorite food? Alright, beautiful, beautiful. Expensive said nutrition. International Dukas nutrition. Expensive Solomon irritability. Rice. Oh, beautiful. Rice. That's lovely. Rice. Rice. Alright, let's move on. Let us know what your favorite food is in the comment section. So the next one, I. What does I mean? Do you know what I means? I. I. I represents what? I. Irritability. Irritability. This word, anytime I want to pronounce this word, I almost used to what, bite my tongue. So that's it. If I want to say fast, irritability, 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 irritability. Instead of using irritability, you can also use sensitivity. Sensitivity what? T. They are one and the same. The same thing. So irritability is simply what? You want response to stimuli. For For instance, when they mean response to stimuli, that's just like reflex reaction. If your hand now is close to a hot pot, you feel the heat, you remove your hand. Or if you touch electric, something that has current, once it shocks you on the spot, you remove your hand. Same thing with mosquito. Let me see if I can draw mosquito. Mosquito. How many legs does mosquito have here? Is it eight or so? Or more? Before, I don't know. But mosquito is biting you now. You kill the mosquito. That's they're responding to stimuli, pain, sensitivity. How sensitive is your body? How sensitive are you? That's irritability. Living organisms express sensitivity in their body. I means what? Irritability. Please take note, Mr. Nigeria D. Movement, respiration, nutrition, irritability. Please take note. The response to stimuli. Hope you're writing. So let's go to the next one, G. The next one is what? G. G. Let me see the favorite photo of some persons in the comment section. Let me see what they say. G. Alright, beans. Wow. Chibuchi Na said beans. That's beautiful. I mean, you'll be very tall if you like beans. If you're eating beans very well, you'll be very tall. That's nice. That's nice. You want to be the tallest man in the building. So let's go to G. What does G mean? What does G mean? Let us know what G mean. If you know what G is, let us know. G. G means what? Alright, G means what? Do you know what G is? Growth. Correct. Growth. G means growth. G means what? Growth. Correct. International Dorcas, well done. You are correct. Growth. Keep it up. Keep it up. International Dorcas, keep it up. Growth. You are very correct. G means what? Growth. G means what? Growth. Growth. Living things grow. As time goes, they increase in size. You know what? Increase in size. Increase in what? Size. As time is going, they are increasing their size. They are getting bigger. They are getting bigger. Living things what? Grow. They also increase in cell number. They increase in what? Cell number. But for animals, take note, growth in animals, it is what? Limited. While for plants, it is what? Unlimited. You see plants continue growing, they will keep growing. For animals, will grow to a certain point and they will stop what? Growing. So growth is a very important, very important characteristics of living thing. Beautiful, expensive Solomon said growth, beautiful. That's beautiful. That means you're following up the class. International Duke said growth. Beautiful. So next up, we are done with G. Let's look at what E. E. There's nobody in this world, or there's no living organism in this world that can do without E. There's nobody. This is the most vital. The most vital. You see this E. E is the most vital. So E is what? Enjoyment. E is what? Enjoyment. See, I'm right now. E is enjoyment. If I'm right, let me know in the comment section. If I'm wrong, let me know. The real E. E is enjoyment. Nobody in this, no living organism can do without enjoyment. If this is the correct thing, let me know in the comment section. E. E. If this is the wrong thing, let me know in the comment section. E. What is E? Let me know. Let me know. You have 30 seconds to do that. What is E? Alright. So E is not enjoyment. So please take note. E is not enjoyment. E is not enjoyment. For those of you that like enjoyment, E is not what? enjoyment. E is what? Excretion. Excretion. It is not enjoyment, it is what? Excretion. And do you know what excretion means? Removal of metabolic waste. Excretion is what? Removal of what? Metabolic waste. As a human being, you must excrete daily if you want to survive. Because when you eat, your belly is full, you must go to the restroom or the powder room and give back to nature one way or the other. When you drink too much water, you go and excrete, you remove the waste. So excretion is very important for living organisms. One of the characteristics most living organisms exhibit, if not all of them, but most of them, most of these characteristics, excretion. So arrow now very important for the couples. Arrow, this is where the couples they are with their strong point. Arrow for all the Valentine lovers, for all the people that have lovers. Arrow, you know what arrow is now? This one, everybody who a child know this one. Arrow, reproduction. For all the lovers, for all the lovers, for all the lovers that are watching you, not for now they do love, they are watching you. They are watching you from Big and Jan Academy. They are watching you. Reproduction. Let's just smile for them. Reproduction. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is the production of offspring. Reproduction is the what? Production of what? Offsprings. Offspring simply means babies. Babies, bouncing baby boys, bouncing baby girls, mosquito giving birth to more mosquito to come and suck our blood, animals, goats giving birth to goats, cow giving birth to cow, lion giving birth to lion, eagle giving birth to eagle. That is reproduction. You will not see where a monkey will give birth to a human being. Leave all those things that they say e came out from monkey, it's a lie o. Me I no come out from any monkey. Yes. So reproduction for lovers. Let me tell you, I love. Do you know who I love? Should I tell you who I love? Okay, let me tell you who I love. I love what? Teaching biology. That is what I love. I love teaching biology and I love producing good students. Good students. Yes. So reproduction, we've covered reproduction. So what is the last one now? What is the last one? Who can let us know what is the last one? The last one, don't type it in the comment section. Even though you know it, just keep it in your mind. Don't type it, please. The last one, nobody wants it. Everybody want go heaven, but nobody want die. The last one is very funny. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. So the last one, D, is death. You want to go to heaven, but you don't want to die. How is it possible? So how will you now go to heaven without dying? Which is the what? End of life processes. End of life what? Processes. That's why you know that everything is vanity upon vanity. End of what? Life processes. End of life what? Processes. So please make sure before you leave this earth, please make sure you live right. Before you leave this world, please make sure you know how to live a good life to impact people. Let your light shine before men, and they may see the good work. Let your light shine, please. Death is real. Every living organism must see death. But before you die, what will your generation remember you for? Yes, it's inevitable, but before you die, make sure you impact your generations. Make sure you achieve your goals. Yes. So that when you die, you will feel fulfill the assignment on this earth. So D is the last one, death. Death. So please, nobody is praying for them. That's why I also tell you, pray for your guardians, pray for those, your sponsors, those taking care of you. Pray that God will give them a long life, and they will keep spoiling you, and they will keep taking good care of you. So we have mentioned everything here. We said N is what? Movement. We said R is what? Respiration. We said N is what? Nutrition. We said I is what? Irritability or what? Sensitivity. We said G is what? Growth. We said E is what? Excretion. We said R is what? Reproduction. And we said D is what? Death. So these are the characteristics of what? Living what? Organisms. So now note this: anything that performs all of them or most of them is classified as what? A living thing. So now let's move to the differences between plants and animals. Please, I hope you are taking note of this. Take note of this, write it down, please. If you have taken notes, let me know, or you take a screenshot so I can proceed. If you are done, say proceed. Please say proceed if you are done. Say what? Proceed, and we'll proceed. If we are done, say proceed so we can what? Proceed to the difference between what? Plants and what? Animals. So the difference between what? Plants and what? Animals. So if you can hear me, let me know. Just say proceed and what? Proceed. Difference between plants and what? Animals. Let's go. Difference between what? Plants and animals. So the difference between plants and animals, let us go clean this characteristics of living things. Now we know the difference between plants and animals. Difference between plants and animals. Difference between plants and animals. So for plants, and this will be for what? Animals. So let's start. Let's start. For plants, they are what? Autotrophic. They are what? Auto what? Trophic. With the H here. What does it mean to be autotrophic? Like they make their own food. They make their own food. While for animals, they are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic. They are what? Heterotrophic. For plants, cell walls are present. As for plants, cell walls are what? Present. While for animals, no cell wall. Another difference between plant and animal is that they are usually what? Stationary. They are usually stationary. Trees, example, trees, they are always on one spot. They don't move. This one, animals, they are usually mobile, like lions, eagles. Another difference between both of them, who can tell me the last difference? Please let me know in the comment section. The last difference. The last difference. So they have what? Large what? These are the differences between what? Plants and animals. They are autotrophic plants, they make their own food, they have cell walls, their cell walls are present, they are usually stationary, and they have what? Large vacuum. While for animals, they are heterotrophic, no cell wall, usually mobile, and they have small vacuum. Note, anytime you hear of chlorophyll, once you hear of chlorophyll, anytime you hear of this word, anytime you hear of this word, take note please, anytime you hear of this word, chlorophyll, know that they're talking about what? And about plants. Anytime you hear of chlorophyll, know that they're talking about the plants. Please take note. If there's chlorophyll present, just know they're talking about what? Plants. So let's move on to something else. Let's move on to what? Levels of organizations. Hope you've written this down. Let's move on. Levels of organizations. Levels of what? Organizations. Levels of what? Organizations. Levels of what? Organization. Let's look at some levels of organization. Levels of organization. Alright. So exceptional Solomon said proceed. Alright, so I'll be proceeding to levels of what? Organization. I'll be proceeding to what? Levels of what? Organization. Okay, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Levels of organization. Levels of organization. So these are levels to things. So we'll start from the simplest to the complex. From what? Simplest to what? Complex. We'll start from the simplest to the complex one. So for the simplest one, we have cell. So cells will form tissues, and tissues will form organs, and organs will form systems, and systems will form what? Organism. So this is from simplest to complex. Cells will form tissues, tissues will form organs, organs will form systems, and systems will form organisms. So for under cell, you can see we have muscle cells. For under tissue, you can see we have muscle tissue. Now note, we are using human as an example. Human as an example, as a case study, right? So for other organs, we have one organ from the human body is the what? Heart. Is the what? Heart. One system we have is circulatory system. Circulatory system. The what? Circulatory what? System. And the organism we are using is what? Human. The human possesses heart, possesses circulatory system, possesses muscle tissues, and possesses what? Muscle cell. So these are other levels of what? Organization, from the word simplest to the word complex. Let's move forward. Note, before I move forward, note, multicellular organisms follow this hierarchy strictly. Note, note, cellular organisms follow these strictly. So take note, multicellular organisms, they follow this hierarchy strictly, from cell to tissues to organ to systems to organism. They follow it what? Strictly. They follow it what? Strictly. So please take note of that. Take note of that. You just brought the light. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's proceed. Let's what? Proceed. Let us what? Proceed. So next thing we'll be looking at is classification of living things. Classification of what? Living things. Classification of what? Living what? Things. How do we classify living things? How do we classify what? Living things? And why do we classify it? So let's look at that. Classification of living things. Classification of what? Living things. So we are looking at what? Classification of living things. So now the question is, why do we classify living things? Why do we classify living things? Why do we classify living things? That's the question. Why do we classify living things? One, the first reason we classify living things is to group organisms with similarities. To what? Group organisms with what? Similarities. That's the first reason, to group organisms with similarities. Next one is to avoid confusion in what? Naming. To avoid confusion in what? Naming. To avoid what? Confusion in naming. Next one is to what? Study relationship. To what? Study what? Relationship. So these are three reasons why we what? Classify what? Living organisms. These are three reasons why we classify what? Living what? Organisms. Please take note. Please take note. Three reasons why we classify living what? Organisms. Three reasons why we classify living organisms. These are three reasons why we classify living organisms. So let's proceed. Still under classification of living things. Still under classification of living things. Let's look at taxonomic hierarchy. Let's look at what? Taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic what? Hierarchy. Taxonomic what? Hierarchy. What do you understand by this? This is very important in JAMB. This one is very, very important in JAMB because they will ask questions. They will ask. They will what? Ask what? Questions. They will what? Ask questions. They will what? Ask what? Questions. So let's talk about it. Taxonomic what? Hierarchy. The first we have is what? Kingdom. 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 After kingdom, we have what? Phylum. Phylum. Kingdom. Phylum. We have class. We have order. Please take note, see the way it's arranged. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, family, genus, and what? Species. So I'll show you a way that you can use to what? Recognize or remember this thing. I'll show you a way. So now kingdom, you can use it as king. Phylum, Phylum, class, king, order, over, family, for, genus, good, and species, two. Please take note of this. King Philip came over for good soup. That's how we used to remember the taxonomic hierarchy for king, kingdom, king, Philip, phylum, king, class, over, order, for, family, good, genus, and soup, species. If you can remember King Philip came over for good soup, you'll be able to remember the taxonomy what? Hierarchy. You'll be able to remember the word taxonomy what? Hierarchy. Very simple, right? Very, very what? Simple. So let's proceed. Let's what? Proceed. Under this taxonomic hierarchy, we have what? Five kingdom classification. Five kingdom classification. This kingdom here is classified into five. Five kingdom classification. Five what? Kingdom what? Classification. Five kingdom what? Classification. So let's look at the five kingdom classification. So the first one we have is what? Monera. Monera. Have you heard of this word before? Monera is a very common word. It's the same thing as what? Bacteria. Monera is the same thing as what? Bacteria. This is another name. It's under the word kingdom what? Classification. The next one we have is Protista. Protista. So who knows another name for Protista? Please write it in the comment section. It's called Amoeba. Protista is called what? Amoeba. We have fungi. Fungi also have another name. Fungi has another name called what? Mushroom. So these are under what? Kingdom. We have five. We mentioned three, right? We have two more. We have plantain. We have what? Plantain. Plant and A, it has plantain. Right? And we have animalia. And what? Malia. So these are the what? five kingdom classifications. The what? Five kingdom classifications. The five kingdom classifications. Five of them. Under what? Kingdom taxonomic hierarchy. So we'll be looking at one more thing and we'll call it a day. The last thing we're looking at for today's class, because today is an introduction class to what? Topic 1. So we will not waste much time, so we can proceed to topic 2. The last thing on topic 1 for today, that we're looking at, the last thing for topic 1 for today, that we're looking at, the last thing for topic 1 is called what? Binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. That's binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. So this is the last thing we'll be looking at today, the last thing for today's class. Hope you'll be enjoying today's class. Please, if you'll be enjoying today's class, let me know in the comment section. Just simply write, I'm enjoying today's class. Write it down in the comment section so we can what? Proceed. Write it down, I'm enjoying today's class so we can proceed. Write it down, I am enjoying today's class so we can what? Proceed. Please, hope you are seeing the board clearly. Hope you are seeing the board clearly. Please. Hope you are seeing the board clearly. If you are not seeing the board, let me know because we are about to round up today's class. This is the last thing we will do for today. So binomial nomenclature was developed by who? It was developed by who? Class Linnaeus. Carl Linnaeus. Carl what? Linnaeus. Carl what? Linnaeus. He was the one that developed the binomial nomenclature and he gave us some rules to use. Some rules. So the first rule he gave to us, the first rule that Carl Linnaeus gave to us was two names, genus plus what? Species. They must have what? Two names. With the first name as what? A genus and the second as a what? Species. So that was the first rule. And the genus must start with what? Capital letter. That's rule number 2. The genus must start with what? Capital letter. While the species must be what? Small letter. Hope you're writing this down. Hope you're what? Writing this down. And you can what? Write it in what? Italics. Written in what? Italics. So this is what Linnaeus said, that we must write it with genus and species. The genus is capital letter and the species is small letter, and it must be written in italics. Example: Homo sapien. Notice, are you noticing something? The Homo is in capital, while the sapien is in small letter. So we are done with today's class. Yes, we are done with today's class. So I'm dropping some practice questions in our WhatsApp community. In case you are new to this channel, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more entertaining content and engaging content. So today's class was really exciting. I love the fact that our students always participate with us actively. So this is the first topic from the JAMB biology syllabus onward, living organism. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that was part of this class. A big thank you to everyone that stayed to the end of today's class. I want to say a word. Big thank you to everyone. So a big thank you to everyone that stayed to the end of today's class, and I'm going to see you in our next class. Bye for now. See you in our next class. Thank you.